Today we will continue with data structures in that lists, and the lists are classified as linear and non-linear data structures. Linear and non-linear data structure. Linear means continuous or sequential type of data. Non-linear means non-sequential type of data. Non-sequential means not in a correct order. That type of data structures. And the linear data structure is a kind of data structure that has homogeneous elements. Homogeneous means same type of elements. Linear data structure is having homogeneous elements, same type of element. If you are taking integer type of value, all integer values. Float type of values, all float type of values. Same type of elements. The linear data structure are stack, queues, and linked list. And here each item is identified by using one index. Okay, index values means maybe we will take 0 for first element, 1 for second element, 2 for third element. That is called as indexing the items or elements. That type of concept we will take in the linear. Data elements of linear data structure will have linear relationship between data elements. That means all the elements are related one below another, one by one. That type of concept, we'll call it as a data elements of linear data structure have linear relationship. Non-linear data structure. A non-linear data structure is a data structure in which data items are connected to several other data items. It is not linear. It's not one below another. It may be one side one item, another side another item, that type of concept. Every data item is attached to several other data items in a way that is specific for reflecting relationships. The data items are not arranged in sequential manner. For example, the best example is tree and graphs. As you know, the tree concept may be the one node at the top, and below that another node, again this side another node. Okay, that type of concept. Okay, I'll show that thing. Maybe, yeah, one node here at this position, again another node here, again another node here. Okay, again for that, again there may be some other related nodes. Okay, the trees are like this, one item at the top, again below that there will be one item, again this way another item. Now this item is related to this one. Okay, this item is related to this one, again there may be some more. Maybe here like this way, and this type of concept we'll call it as a trees, and this is non-linear data structure. All are connected but in a different way, not in a sequential manner. Okay, this item is connected to this one, but it is not connected to this one, but it is connected but by another way. It is connected through this route or this link. Okay, through this again it is connected. So it is connected but not in a sequential manner. This type of concept we'll call it as a trees. Okay, those things we will see later. Operations on linear data structure. What all operations we can perform on the linear data structure? First one is traversal. Traversal means moving from one position to another position. That is called as traversal, the process of accessing each data item exactly once to perform some operation called traversing. Maybe for example, you are at Sirsi, you have to travel to Bangalore. Maybe then you will take the way Sirsi to Hubli, again Hubli to Bangalore. Okay, and The Hubli must be visited only once. Sirsi to Hubli, then again Hubli to Bangalore. Okay, so the data at Sirsi and then data at Hubli, then Bangalore. Maybe for example, one traveling salesman, if he is traveling, okay, and he has to visit maybe Hubli, then Bangalore, again he has to come back to Sirsi, but he has to travel only once. Then he has to go by Hubli way, Sirsi to Hubli, then Hubli to Bangalore. Then he can come by Bangalore to Shivamogga, then Shivamogga to Sagar, then Sagar to Sirsi. That means he is traversing throughout these cities only once. He is not repeating. Again, he is not coming back. So, okay, that type of thing. That means if he is having work at Hubli, he can complete. Again, if he is having work at Bangalore, he can complete. Again, he is having work at Shivamogga, he can complete. Again, he can visit next one, Sagar. And then again, he can come back to his station, Sirsi. Okay, this type of process we'll call it as a traversal. The processing of accessing each data item exactly once to perform some operation. Second one is insertion. The adding one new data item into the collection of data, okay, is called insertion. For example, if you have one file or maybe one container, in that if you are adding one item, that we will call it as an insertion. Maybe for example, you have college. In college, we have registration table or registration file, and in that maybe we will add one by one student, and adding one by one student to that registration table or registration file is called as insertion. That is insertion process. And the next is deletion process. The process of removing an existing data item from the collection of data item is called deletion. The process of removing an existing data item. Already there are students in the registration table. If I remove one student, maybe one student want to go to another college. Maybe his name is removed from the current college and inserted in another college. Okay, but in the current college, the operation is deletion. Then the searching. We can search for one specific information. The process of finding the location of data item in the given collection of data item is called as searching. That means searching the particular item in the table. Maybe as I said, registration table. Searching one particular person in that or student in that registration table is called searching process. Then the sorting. Sorting means arranging the information. The process of arrangement of data item, maybe in ascending order or descending order. Smallest to largest, largest to smallest is called sorting process. Merging. The process of combining the data items of two structures to form a single structure is called merging. Maybe for example, if there are two colleges and if there are those two colleges are merged together to form only one college, then that process we'll call it as a merging process. Next we will see array. What the array is? Array is a collection of homogeneous elements. That means the same type of element, same type of data element. If there is integer, we will take only integer. Float, we will take only float. Okay. Character, we will take only character. It's a collection of homogeneous elements with unique name, and elements are arranged one after another in adjacent memory location. That means if you take A as array, A of 0 the first element, A of 1 second element, okay, that type. The data items in an array are called as element, and these elements are accessed by number called subscripts. That means the index number we will call it as a subscripts or indices. Since the elements are accessed using subscripts, arrays are also called as subscripted variables. There are three types of arrays: one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and multi-dimensional array. One dimensional means maybe one row or one column. Maybe for example, make the assumption we are storing all marks of one subject, English subject. Then English subject marks, we can call it as a one dimensional. Two dimensional. If I am storing two information, maybe student marks as well as name, then it will be a two dimensional. Multi-dimensional, more than two. If there are three items, then we can call it as a multi-dimensional array. One-dimensional array. Array with only one row or column is called one-dimensional array. It is finite collection of n number of elements of same type. As I said, if you are storing integer, there will be only integer type, but it must be finite. Finite in the sense there must be one end. If you are taking 10 numbers, then it is a 10 number array. That is finite number array. 100 number array. Elements are stored in contiguous location. That means continuously elements are stored. And each element is referred by index number. One dimensional array can be denoted as or can be taken as data type, array name, size. Maybe data type is int, array name is maybe a, size is 10. That we can say that a of 10, that means the a array is having size 10, which is of data type int. Okay, here size specifies the number of elements in array, and the index values ranges from 0 to n minus 1. Since the n minus 1 means we have taken it from 0 means there will be n will be reduced, that means 10 elements means 0 to 9, that is n minus 1 number of elements. How we can calculate the length of array? Array can store list of finite number, that we will make the assumption as n of data items of same data type in continuous location on consecutive locations. The number n is called size or length of the array. The length of an array can be calculated by L is equal to upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. Okay, if upper bound is 10, then lower bound is 0, then 10 minus 0 is 10, then plus 1. Okay, the length of an array can be calculated as upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. Here UB is the largest index and LB is the smallest index of an array. Example, if an array A has values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 stored in location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you can see in the picture 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 6 elements. Okay, then upper bound is 5 and lower bound is 0. Size of the array is L is equal to 5 minus 0, 5 is upper bound, minus 0, that is lower bound, plus 1 is equal to 6. There are 6 elements. And on array, which all operations we can perform? Basic operations which we can perform on one-dimensional array. The first one is traversing, that is common for the data structure. Traversing, searching, sorting, insertion, deletion, merging. That you can remember. Traversing means moving to one item to another. Visiting one item, then again second item, third item, visiting one by one. Okay, that is traversing. Searching, searching for the particular item. That is searching process. Sorting process, arranging the information in ascending and descending. Insertion, adding one new item or inserting one item in between two. Okay, maybe on second item is there, third item is there. I can take third item down and I can insert one. That is insertion. Deletion, we can delete any item. Then the merging, combining one or more array to form a single array. Okay, thank you students. In the next class, again we will continue with the next part of array. Thank you. God bless you.